Welcome back. Well, the Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department says surveillance cameras have helped them to nab 5 people in possession of illegal firearms. Now, suspicious behaviour of 3 women attracted their attention on CCTV in the Smit Street in Johannesburg Central Business District. And upon searching the women, police found they had illegal firearms in their possession. On Friday night, we're told, J.M.P.D. also pounced on 2 men who are now facing similar charges. Johannesburg Metro Police spokesperson, Senior Superintendent Wayne Minaar, joins me in studio to talk about this. Senior Superintendent, so this is, I guess, a plus for Johannesburg Metro Police Department using technology in order to nab these suspects. How did it come about?
Yes, on Friday, just before 11 p.m., the CCTV spotted a man with a firearm on Wolmeran Street, and then alerted the special unit, the task team that was launched by David Temba on the 14th of May.
Okay.
And they undercover, they don't wear uniform, they responded, and they arrested the man with illegal firearm and ammunition. At about 2 a.m., the same vicinity, a block lower down, another suspect arrested with an illegal firearm. So that area is known for smash and grab, also robbery, theft of cell phone, theft of handbag, and even vehicle theft and murder.
So these CCTV cameras are strategically placed in these various areas. Are they monitored 24 hours?
Yes, they monitor 24 hours, and as soon as they see suspicious behavior or see a crime, then they can quickly call the special task team to respond. What is very worrying is about the arrest this morning, early hours of this morning, of the 2 women, the 3 women rather. It's unheard of. You don't hear of females carrying firearms to rob other people. And indeed, when they saw the officers, they ran. Already they showed suspicious behavior.
So when you say suspicious, paint the picture for us. What did you guys see on the cameras?
Yes, so the officers the operators, they could see these people trying to rob other people. They could see them grabbing them, trying to take something off them. Immediately the CCTV then called the officers who were on the ground, and the officers, the task team, they responded. And these women, the 3 women, they had 1 firearm, and when they ran, the officers managed to stop them, and they found the firearm, illegal firearm with the serial number filed off in the handbag of one of the women.
Right.
So that is very worrying. It's a worrying trend. So anyone who sees suspicious behavior or suspects anyone to have an illegal firearm in the Johannesburg area, they must please call J.M.P.D. radio control room on 011 375 5911.
So 011
375 5911.
11.
That's it.
Look, CCTV cameras are no doubt very effective, and you see it a lot in residential areas as well. Are private security companies allowed to put up these CCTV cameras wherever they deem fit?
Yes, currently there is a policy which we are working on, which will be released shortly with regard to CCTV and surveillance for private as well as for corporate, and then we can take it from there to see how best to use the CCTV to the advantage of everyone.
The fact that these cameras are so effective will obviously make it targets as well. How easy or difficult is it to tamper with these cameras?
Yes, well, you see, there again, also, you need a good security system. In Johannesburg, those operators that we are using have been properly checked. We've now also got some of the officers, trained officers, working on the inside of the CCTV operating room to monitor these cameras 24 hours, 7 days a week. Because you're right, if it can be used for wrong reasons, it could be to the disadvantage of the community.
These quick reaction anti-crime units, they still deployed in the CBD?
Yes.
And undercover officers are in hotspots?
That's correct.
Right.
They don't wear uniform and they don't drive marked cars.
Right.
So they don't do a routine patrol. The routine patrol gets done by the officers in the marked cars and wearing full uniform.
Right.
These officers, their focus is only to track down criminals and arrest suspects with firearms, stolen goods, stolen cars, hijacked cars.
Right.
We're having a press conference on Thursday, which will be addressed by the mayor, the executive mayor of Johannesburg, where we'll be giving the stats and the arrest success for last month.
I'm sure you know some preliminary stats. How effective have they been?
Yes, since the 14th of May up until today, 274 arrests by the undercover unit.
So since May,
274
arrests
by the undercover unit. This unit was launched by the chief of J.M.P.D, David Tembe.
And what sort of crimes are we talking about here?
Pardon?
What sort of crimes are we talking about here in terms of arrests?
Yeah, well, look, it includes hijacking. A lot of it is illegal firearm, drugs, robbery, theft, business robbery, and it's a serious crime.
Right. Look, there's been a number of raids in the Johannesburg CBD of late. Counterfeit goods confiscated, firearms, as you've mentioned. What would you say, though, is the biggest problem the city's facing with regard to crime at the moment?
Look, as far as counterfeit goods is concerned, it's a huge problem because it affects the economy directly. And for us to be able to stop it and stamp it out is going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort. So, but we're prepared. We're prepared to work and do continuous raids as we've been doing recently, going into the various areas where there is counterfeit stored and raiding and then removing these counterfeit goods from circulation to prevent it from being used or sold. And for the J.M.P.D to work with all the other law enforcement agencies, including customs officials, as well as the brand ambassadors, because the brand ambassadors can identify the items and say which is counterfeit or not. Right.
You have given us this number, which is currently on our screen, JMB Crime Tip-Off Line. So, look, no doubt you need this interaction between police and the community. Are you getting that? Are you getting a willingness from the community side to come forward and expose certain elements or certain social ills that are currently happening?
We do get assistance, tip-offs, that we do get. But it would be helpful if we can get even more support, because without the support of the community, we won't be effective.
Right.
We need the cooperation of the community, we need the working together, we need that synergy between the community and law enforcement. And then we will be able to do a lot more.
Not only the community and law enforcement, but you need the city, police, community, and the National Prosecuting Authority. You need to have that synergy in order to be effective. Is there a strong relationship between the various departments?
Yes, you are quite right. Well, we're working on that relationship with the national law, the law enforcement agencies, and also prosecution. So that we are able to find a successful conviction. I can tell you that a lot of these people whom we are arrested, unfortunately, are still in custody because they are foreign nationals. They don't have identity, so therefore they can't be given bail. So they are still in custody, and they will have to still appear for the cases which will have to be brought before court.
You say you're still working on that relationship with regards to the NPA. What sort of issues, sort of challenges are there in terms of that relationship?
Well, look, a lot of it is internal, and I'm sure we will be able to bridge it as we go along, and we just need their cooperation and assistance and commitment from their side, and I'm sure we will be able to be successful.
Yeah. What about the issue? Look, we spoke about the illegal firearms, we spoke about counterfeit goods as being major issues in Johannesburg. What about drinking and driving? That's a big issue here as well.
Absolutely, because the reason is because there are more and more people, young people, driving regularly. Nearly every day we find new vehicles being registered and young people getting driving licenses.
Yeah.
And because it's a norm to have a drink when one goes out and one goes to a function, you'll be celebrating it with alcohol.
Yeah.
So that is it's a very big challenge. Although we want to encourage everyone to be using cab or making alternative arrangement when they go out, because we still continuously arrest a lot of drunken drivers.
Especially on the weekends.
Especially on weekends. So that is a very big challenge for us. And the sad part is that the majority of the fatal accidents over weekend is also linked to alcohol.
Yeah. Look, no doubt that you can't tell us exactly police's strategy when trying to apprehend certain suspects for obvious reasons. It'll be silly if you do tell us to tip off, the suspects. But give us an indication or a sense of the skills and gathering of intelligence from a police point of view that will give the public confidence in police. Is it sound in terms of your intelligence gathering mechanisms?
Yeah, you see, we take every complaint and every bit of information seriously. We cannot say that complaint or that complaint is not serious. We can't be selective, but we must take it in good faith, the information that we use, and we must try it and check it to be able to use the information. And the majority of the time, it works. Because the information which the public give, it's something that is of concern or of worry to the community. They pass it on to us in the JMPD, and we effectively use it and make arrest. A lot of it is for hijacked vehicles, stolen vehicles, because when a vehicle is hijacked or stolen, it usually gets parked or left in a spot because of the possibility of tracker being able to trace the vehicle. So they leave it, they call it a cooling period, just for the vehicle to stand there to see if anyone is going to come and fetch it or not. And so from the public, we do get a lot of information of stolen or hijacked vehicles.
But police are caught flat-footed sometimes. Why is that? Why is there there's a lack of, maybe some would say, not being proactive enough in order to stop certain violent protests that we see? It's ubiquitous in South Africa, not only in Johannesburg. So why are sometimes police found flat-footed?
You see, the challenge with especially service delivery protests, there's no warning.
And sporadic.
And also they plan it that way. They plan it in the communities and say on such and such a day, that time we're going to go onto the streets, and they don't announce it. And then officers then have to be sent there to do the necessary traffic management and to control it. If it becomes violent and people's lives are at stake and property is at stake, then we have to go in huge numbers to control the situation. But the majority of those kind of protests is unannounced and there's no warning for it.
All right, Wayne, thank you very much indeed for coming through. Really appreciate it. Just give us the number again. It's 011
375
375
59 5911.
5911. Okay, we've got it up on our screen. That's the Johannesburg Crime Tip-Off line. If you have any issues with regards to any information that you might have in order to foil certain criminal activity, please do call that number. It's on your screen at the moment. That was Metro Police spokesperson, Senior Superintendent Wayne Minaar. We're going to take a quick break, get you some sports news next.
The people that are in the country and even those that are in
Mr.
outside the
Mendoza, and
country.
say those who are protesting were saying that they are engaging the government. Poverty. How do we resolve that?
Data is one of our major challenges, even with the implementation and measurement of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Is the continental body fulfilling its mandate in terms of peace and security?
They have not been consistent. There has been no political will. A huge fault. A huge body.